One of the huge advantages of the Google tools is that not only are they fairly easy, but they offer so many different ways to integrate technology. So what we're going to show now is how you use what's called Google Forms, which is similar to creating a questionnaire or a survey. So you need to find your Google Docs, because that's what Forms is under. And I don't see Docs up here. So I'm going to go under Even More to find Google Docs, and it's right there. And once I pull up Google Docs, it shows all previous docs I've done, and it has this create button over here. And by pressing that create button, I have a document, presentation, spreadsheet, and form, and that's what I want. So I click on form, and now I have a template for creating a survey. So I'm going to title it that, and this could be for including any info to help someone take the survey. And now I'm just going to ask some simple questions just to model how this is done. So you could do something like this, where you ask a simple question, and then you have a choice of text, paragraph text, multiple choice, checkboxes. Choose from a list, scale, grid. There's all sorts of different ways to ask these questions. So in this case, I'm going with checkboxes, and I'm just going to throw those down there as possible options, and I'll add other in case there's another color someone wants to add, and I'll make this a required question, and then I'll say it's done. Now sample 2 question, it's already been started here by having a box for me, so I can go over here and press this pencil. That's going to allow me to edit it. And then I'm going to ask another question. And this one I'm going to actually put as a paragraph text, which will allow the user to give a longer answer, as you can see right here. And I'm going to press done there. And so I could just continue by adding more questions up here. It could be a scale. By using a scale, I could rate something. Rate how much you enjoy commuting. And I could do a 1 to 5 scale, or I could do 1 to 3 scale. 1 would be hate it. 3 would be love it. And then it's done, and you'll notice that that question is right here. So once you have your questions, your options now are you can email it, you could see the responses if someone had already done it, and you can also embed it. And we are going to first save it just to make sure we have everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the embed code, which automatically comes up, and I am going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to my blog, which I'd like you to do too, to go to Blogger, and I'm going to set up a post, a new post here, and I am going to write, here is my new survey, and I'm going to go to HTML, because that's where you put the code. And now that it's in HTML, I can paste my code, and let's see if I preview it, if it comes out like I hope. Aha! And there you go. Okay, and now it looks good to me. So I'm going to get rid of the preview, and I am going to publish. And so now the whole world can suddenly see my post. And what I'd like to do now is to actually go to it, okay? And if I was to fill in some of these questions and submit, my hope would be that the Google Forms questions have now been collected on a spreadsheet. So if I go back to my Google Forms page and I go to see responses, I can go to the spreadsheet. And you'll notice that I just submitted this. It's collecting my answers just like that. So you can begin to imagine the potential where your students can use Google Forms to collect information, to give you information. There's all sorts of possibilities with this. So your task for this is to create a form, some type of survey with questions, and then to embed that form into your Blogger account, just like this. And then what I'll also ask you to do is to take your blog and post it on Twitter. And so some of us hopefully can all begin to fill out each other's surveys, and so you can start to collect that information so you can see how this works. As always, any questions, feel free to email me or contact me on Twitter. And that is Google Forms.